So this problem is about determining a sample space and outcomes for an event. The experiment involving multiple selections. So for this scenario, we are tossing a coin 3 times. It's important you pay attention to how many times you're tossing the coin. And each toss will be recorded as heads. We'll note that with H, or tails, and we'll note that with a T. So we're supposed to give the sample space describing all possible outcomes. And then we're supposed to give all of the outcomes for the event that has the first toss is tails. So use the format HTH to mean that the first toss is heads, the second toss is tails, the third toss is heads. So that's just the notation that we're using. If there's more than one element in a set, separate them with commas. So, all right, so that's kind of what we're going to do. I'm going to get my pen turned on here. There we go. So for the sample space, I'm actually, you can just list these out without drawing a tree diagram, but I'm just going to use a tree diagram because it kind of works out nice for this particular problem. Let's see, get my mouse to work here and scoot down just a little bit so I've got a little bit more room. So I think I can make that fit right there. So if I think about this as the first toss, I could have an H or I could have a T. And then from there, and I may not have spaced these out quite enough, but I'll make it work. From there, I could have another, on my second toss, I could have another H or another T, or I could have another H or another T. And then from each of those possibilities, I could have another H and another T and another H and another T. Oops, that should be a T. There we go. And then I could have another H and another T, and finally another H and another T coming off that tails. So if you follow those paths, that's why they call it a tree diagram, those branches, the first thing that I'll write here will go H, H, H. That means we got all heads 3 times in a row. Then another element would look like this. Following this along here, I would have H, H, T, followed by H, T, H, followed by H, T, T. And just so you know what I'm looking at here, just as an example of that one, the one that I just did, HTT. I'll use the highlighter. I'm starting here, H, then T, then T. The next one we're going to do THH, and then we're going to follow the same path, but THT. So I'm going to continue writing these. So T, H, H, followed by T, H, T, followed by, I need to scoot down just a little bit, followed by T, T, H, and the last one, T, T, T. So that is the sample space. So you would put that in those curly braces right here. So that's the sample space. The event that the first toss is tails. So what is the event list of all outcomes where the first toss is tails? So just look at this and say that would be this one, this one, this one, and this one. So that would be THH, THT, TTH, and TTT. So that's how we would write the event that the first toss is tails. And again, this one was the entire sample space. So in other words, every possible outcome. I'm just going to scroll down and show you. I'll do this with all the videos. Scroll down and show you the ALEKS explanation for this one. If you look here, just something to note. There's the sample space, and they're just listing all of the possibilities. I think they listed them in the same order we did, but the order isn't critical there. And the event that the first toss is tails is those four outcomes. So there you have it. That's how we determine sample space and outcomes. And just as a reminder, sometimes making a tree diagram, the thing that I did here, is a helpful way to make sure you get all of the outcomes in a sample space. It's not a requirement in all cases, but it's just a helpful tool to use.